Alright, I'm Mary. You've probably heard of me. In the Bible, the New Testament, the one with the baby. So, do you want to hear this tale or how I got in the club? Well, there I was late Sunday night, giving the floors a scrub, when through the door burst this man with wings. I fell back into my seat. Hey, you had just spent hours washing that floor, I said. I hope you've wiped your feet. He said, I'm Gabriel. The Lord sent me. You're going to have a lad. You've been chosen to have God's baby. That's right, God's the dad. Well, I laughed out loud, but I'm untouched. I've not even held hands with a man. He said, easy now, Mary. It's all part of God's plan. I sat back down before I fell. I said, go get me a brandy. He brought me one and a slice of cake. I said, you angels are quite handy. There's a pile of ironing you can do if you want. Listen here, I said, what's going on? Is this a prank or what? I'm already engaged to a carpenter. I suppose he can make the cut. Gabriel said, Mary, stop your worrying. Everything's sorted out. Joseph's been told all the facts and I bet he won't even shout. I bet he will, I said to that angel. You don't know him like me. He hit the roof when I forgot his brown sauce. When he came round for his tea, he'll strangle me. He'll string me up. I'll end up a single mom. But the angel said, Mary, I keep telling you, it's all part of God's plan. Like your cousin Elizabeth. He carried on. She's expecting too. Her boy John and yours will be Jesus, both born with a job to do. Then he left and I sat there numb. I just couldn't take it in. This special baby planted inside of me will grow up to become a king. I looked up to heaven. Oh, I'll do it, I said. I'll give birth to your special little man. Because after all, who am I to stand in the way of God and this wonderful plan?
Hello. I'm Joseph. You've probably heard of me in the Bible. The New Testament. The one who married Mary. So, do you want to hear my tale or what? I was working in my shed when this angel of the Lord came down. Made me jump and hit my head. He stood in the doorway looking at me. I shouted, who are you? You've made me saw this wood all wrong. And knocked over my pot of glue. He said, I'm Gabriel. The Lord sent me. Your Mary's having a lad. She's been chosen to have God's baby. That's right. God's a dad. Well, I fell to the floor. Could you repeat that, please? I can't take this in. My fiancée's in the family way. Well, surely that's a sin. I can't marry her now. Just isn't right. We'll be the talk of the town. Thanks for telling me, mate. The wedding's off. I'm off to let her down.
Well, that night I stood there petrified. What if Joseph didn't agree? To take on another man's child as your own is a big responsibility. I'd be an unmarried mother. We know where to go. I could be stoned to death for such a sin. I prayed that this burden be lifted from me. Let someone else be the mother of a king.
Now, stop right there, the angel snapped, and he stood barricading the door. Your Mary's doing an incredible thing. She'll need you more than before. He then put his arm around my shoulder and said, You've every reason to be mad. But this is God's doing, and he's chosen you too. You'll act as the boy's dad. Now, angels can be quite convincing, and Miss Gabriel was no exception. He made me realise that Mary hadn't been fooling around. It was an immaculate conception. After he'd gone, I thought long and hard, until finally I saw right. I packed my tools up, went to Mary's. We were married that very night.
Well, the baby inside me grew bigger and bigger. Each month were going great. Apart from constant cravings for pickled gherkins and the fact that I kept putting on weight.
In the 9th month, we were both ready for the birth. Ugh. But Caesar Augustus had announced a decree. Everyone must be registered in their own hometown. This meant travelling to Bethlehem, you see.
I suppose you know what happens next. That donkey ride and all. When we finally get there, all the rooms were full.
Come on, there must be something, I shouted through the door. I'm tired, she's pregnant, and we've been travelling all night, and the donkey's feet are sore.
Well, the innkeeper man felt pity on us and showed us to a stable.
He gave us blankets and warm milk, leaving the bill on the table.
But that cold, cold night, my baby was born. We were just so unprepared. But Joseph took complete control and said,
Mary, don't be scared. The Lord is watching out for us. He's kept us safe so far. And so we don't forget he's here, he sent us a brilliant star.
Shepherds and wise scholars came visiting. And so did the innkeeper man, all worshipping my baby, Jesus. Just the start of God's big plan.